This is Mark Arnold, animation and comic book historian, and I'm here today with Alison Arngrim, who played Nellie Olson on Little House on the Prairie. Today we're actually going to talk about your mother, Norma McMillan, as Sweet Polly Purebred, which is on the screen right now.
Who's currently tied to an electric chair with Simon Parsons.
Oh, no.
I always liked those, that these were so exciting, and she got to be sort of an action hero and be Lois Lane and be kidnapped and rescued by a Cape Crusader. I thought that was very cool.
Now, this episode we're watching is this one called Zot, and it's actually gone on to become one of the better-known episodes of Underdog, probably because of the outer space theme. Were you aware of which ones were more popular with your mother, or was it just like just one complete series for you?
To me, it was just, one of the many things my mother did. It seemed perfectly normal that she was a talking dog and talking to Underdog and hanging out with Wally Cox. Why doesn't everyone? Oh, yes, the three-eyed king. I did like him. Yes. No, I see. I had no idea that other people were enjoying this as much
Yeah.
as I did. I knew I liked it because my mother was in it. But as an adult, I noticed that people wanted my mother to do the voice. I mean, yes, it was a big hit in the second grade when she'd walk me to school, but to my amazement, grown people would say, "Oh my God, your mother was Sweet Polly. Oh my God, your mother was Casper," and they'd want her to do the voices. Where is my Underdog gone? And that's when I realized this has been this cultural thing that it just sucked everyone into.
Now, did you ever get to watch your mom perform Sweet Polly or Casper or any of the other characters she did?
I went to the studio once or twice, so I knew how it was made, but I didn't get to hang out and watch her tape a whole one because they had work to do.
And this was when she was doing Underdog?
Yeah, during the Underdog phase.
Then I was wondering if you had a chance, you probably don't remember this, if you're a little child.
I was really little, yeah.
Ben Stern did the sound recordings.
Well, that's what you're saying, isn't that it's Howard Stern's dad?
Yes,
Is that-
yeah.
That's bizarre, isn't it?
It is very bizarre. And even Howard used to hang out at the recording sessions at times, I've been told. So
Now, see, is he an Underdog fan? We should talk.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, see, there you go. Now, see, my husband was a big Underdog fan. My husband, Bob, loves Underdog. He, when I met him, he never watched Little House on the Prairie.
Oh.
But he was a huge Underdog freak. And he never wanted my autograph, but when we first met, he had to get my mother's autograph because he had to meet Sweet Polly Purebred.
Mm-hmm.
But, so yeah, I've run into that. People go, Little House? Never mind that. Your mom was Sweet Polly, dude.
This is just an aside. I just wanted to ask this. Was your mom ever doing any sort of live action roles? Like, would she ever want to have appeared on Little House at that time? Or?
Oh, well, that's the amazing thing. After years of voiceover, she was sort of semi-retired and went and got a real job. And then in the 80s, she wound up going back to work. She started doing some commercials, and she became absolutely huge and had a whole other career on screen. And you can see my mother on screen in the movies Big Business with Lily Tomlin and Bette Midler. She's the nurse who mixes up the babies, and she was in Love at Steak, and she had numerous commercials for everything from Miracle Grow to taxi cabs. My favorite was in Canada. She was the Canadian lottery lady. She was the lady who drives a cab and wins the Canadian lotto and gets a limousine. It's a fabulous commercial.
Very interesting.
She's the fearless newscaster. She was sort of pre-Mary Tyler Moore, wasn't she?
Yes.
Was Sweet Polly Purebred the role model for Mary Tyler Moore? I think so. Or Barbara Walters. Is how many TV newscasters and how many pretend TV newscasters are actually based on Sweet Polly Purebred?
They actually made a comic book of this a few years later, and I think it's because the characters have the three eyes, like you pointed out.
That's awesome.
And Allison, I want to thank you very much for joining me today.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.